Is this the last chance for VR to reach a mass market? Apple announced the Apple Vision Pro a few hours ago. The era of spatial computing is here. When you put on Apple Vision Pro, you see your world and everything in it. Your favorite apps live right in front of you, but now they're in your space. Isn't that incredible? Powered by Vision OS, this is Apple's first ever spatial operating system. And it's indeed groundbreaking, and using it feels definitely magical. You navigate with your eyes. You use small gestures to interact. The headset even recognizes simple movements like taps or flicks. And then you can even use your voice to dictate text. The Apple Vision Pro is basically a standalone computer with an M2 chip, its own Wi-Fi connection, a roughly 4K micro LED display for each eye, a set of speakers directly above each ear on the band, and a special new AR1 chip that does all the real-time processing of all the sensors that make this headset so innovative. Of course, this comes at a high price. The glasses will probably be sold for $3,500 at the beginning of next year. A pair of ski goggles for $3,500? And this during a recession? Yeah, that's right. Many criticize the high price and also, in some cases, the creepy design. For example, your eyes are projected onto the outer display, so they are still visible to outsiders. That's a cool feature, and we'll get into that in a bit, but if we're honest, it does look a bit scary. By the way, you can use your favorite Apple apps with this headset, and those apps will have dimensions, respond to light, and cast shadows. Although all these spatial experiences take place within Vision Pro, it looks, sounds, and feels like they are physically present. Fundamental to Apple Vision Pro is that you're not isolated from other people when someone else is in the room. You can see them, and they can see you, because you're not constrained by a screen. And here are some other cool features. Your photos can be life-size or any size, so your living room becomes a gallery, and panoramas stretch around you as if you were exactly where you took them. Apple Vision Pro is Apple's first ever 3D camera. Now you can capture photos and videos with remarkable depth, and relive a memory as if you were back in that exact moment. Experiences on Vision Pro can also expand into 3 dimensions and fill the entire room, as in the Mindfulness app, which lets you create a moment of calm and meditation. This looks so realistic. All you movie lovers, buckle up. Apple Vision Pro brings the grandeur and wonder of a movie theater to any room you're in. It automatically darkens and casts a beautiful light in the room, and you can make the screen as big as you want. The Apple Vision Pro enables a whole new experience, and this is what we really love about it. It's like with every first-generation Apple product, the iPhone, the iPod, and so on. It's truly groundbreaking. But how does it work? How can a headset or some glasses be so good and as powerful as a top-notch computer? Well, basically, we've already seen VR in headsets before. There are usually 2 screens inside, and on the outside, there's some kind of shell with sensors that help detect the environment and see the controllers in your hands. But with this one, there are no controllers at all. There won't be any made for it. They're not even going to develop any controllers. You control this thing solely with your hands, your eyes, and your voice. So you put this headset on, and basically, there's a ton of sensors all over the headset. You have 2 main front-facing cameras, 2 down-facing cameras, 2 more cameras for the sides, 2 infrared illuminators, a light hour scanner, a depth camera. All of that is used to track what's going on around the headset, and also to capture the hands in front of the face. And then inside, there's a set of infrared illuminators and infrared cameras that are just there to track your eyes. The headset is customized to you, by the way. You measure your face with the iPhone's True Depth camera, and use the depth information about your face to create a sort of custom cutout. It's a process you can do at Apple stores, but basically, you get the headset with a custom cutout for your face. If you have glasses, there's some Zeiss lenses, but eventually you get the headset on and put it on, and there's a nice mesh on the back and a breathable fabric that stretches. The design is basically art. I mean, look at it. With all the nice metal and glass, it looks extremely clean, elegant, expensive, and quite futuristic. And then once you get it up and running, the most impressive thing about this headset is the eye control. Every time you move your eyes around the interface, it highlights and selects exactly what you're looking at, no matter how small the target or what you're looking at. And then when you want to select something, all you have to do is take your fingers and do little taps or flicks. That's it, no controller needed. So you look at something, click, look at something, click. Furthermore, there is an additional feature called Optic ID, essentially serving as the fingerprint identification system for the headset. This cutting-edge technology analyzes the distinct biometric patterns found in each individual's eyes. Consequently, users can effortlessly log in by simply donning the headset, allowing the Optic ID to accurately recognize their eyes. It's fascinating how this feature enables the system to intimately acquaint itself with the unique characteristics of your eyes. Now, look at this. You can actually see the eyes of the people using the headset from an outside perspective. Yes, it looks a bit weird, and we've never seen something similar before. It looks like a transparent glass, but it's not. It appears to be transparent because an OLED screen is projecting your eyes, and it has some interesting features. For example, the less you can see of the outside world as a user of the headset, the cloudier your eyes become. So it's possible for outsiders to see whether you can perceive them or not. Again, this is a first-gen product, and that's also the reason why the headset is not coming out until next year. It's because Apple wants to give developers a window of time to develop their own apps and do cool things for this headset that are much more exciting and much more functional. The only apps that are displayed on the home screen are Apple's apps. So similar as when the first iPhone came out without app stores, only with apps from Apple. Anyways, you can use those glasses as your own computer, with web browsing and so forth, with these 4K floating windows and tabs in front of you that you can control with your bare hands. And that is because it has its own operating system, called Vision OS. It's not running on top of your phone or Mac. You can maybe compare Vision OS to that of the iPads, only that you're using your eyes, gestures, and voice to do stuff. And if you're old enough, then you know the saying, don't sit too close to the TV, it's bad for your eyes. And now a few decades later, we're wearing TVs right on our nose? Isn't that harmful? Do I really want to wear something like this for a long time to work, like on a computer? And since we aren't researchers or docs, we can't say anything about it. But at least, Apple solved the issue of getting headaches and so on pretty cleverly as well. They use selective rendering based on this super good eye tracking. So the processing power is essentially concentrated on the sharp display of the part of the screen you're looking at, while energy is saved on the rest. That's pretty smart, and it works so fast that you shouldn't really notice it when using the headset. The part you're looking at will always be super sharp. No wonder, because the screens are super high resolution. They're 4K. But what about working with my Mac while using the headset? That's not a problem. Apparently, if you have a Mac and you want to work with Mac OS, you can just look at the Mac with the headset on your head, and the headset will recognize what you're doing and mirror the Mac display as one of the 4K windows for you in the headset. And then you can even plug in a Bluetooth keyboard and trackpad and work like you would with a real Mac, only with a bigger screen wherever you want. This sounds awesome. So now that we talked about all the fascinating things, let's take a look at the downsides. The headset is really high quality due to its design, but it's made of metal and glass, which results in a heavier weight compared to other headsets. You probably get used to it over time, but heavy things on the head are always rather unpleasant. This is also the reason why many other manufacturers use plastic and lighter materials. Then there's the battery life. Just 2 hours. This means that if you don't have a direct power source, you can't even use the heavy thing for that long. So if you use the glasses for work or want to do longer things, you'll likely need to rely on a power source. Then you can theoretically use the headset indefinitely. And then, of course, there's the limitation of VR and AR headsets. You don't really get haptic feedback. While you can at least visually immerse yourself in a surreal world, you'll never really feel 100% in another world with your other senses, simply because you're waving your hands around in the air and not touching anything. But who knows? Maybe we'll see some matching hardware in the future that will extend the experience even further. In general, of course, Apple is now relying on third-party developers to create innovative and useful software applications for the glasses, so you can do more than watch photos and movies or browse the web. Still, this first-gen product is incredibly disruptive and will change a lot of things. Feel free to post your opinions and questions in the comments. And if you don't want to miss any more videos from us about technology and AI, Follow our channel now. See you next time.